My name is Paul Francis Perry, and this is All Sorts Bookshop, which is my shop in High Street, Northcote. I started doing the books back in the 80s, and back then the problem was it was pretty hard to get a book back then. It was all demand and no supply, and today it's all supply and no demand. So the wheel has turned. So it's no longer difficult to get books, it's more difficult to get enough customers for the books. Fortunately, there's no typical customer. They're all the way from less than 8 to more than 80. My specialty is really the non-fiction. Very few bookshops have got anything on science or technology, but I've got the back room which has got all the old science books, technology, electronics, this kind of thing. So somebody's interested in beekeeping, somebody's interested in the Six Wives of Henry VIII, which is one I sold earlier today, then there's no problem if they're interested in things. But unfortunately today a lot of people are just interested in whatever the TV is telling them to be interested in, or what the current buzz is, and that's the problem. It's not reading on the net, it's not reading on the Kindles that's killing us, it's the fact that people are doing other things entirely. I spend more on rent than I do on stock, so when you buy a book, you're buying, you're paying for this much book, but you're paying for this much me having it on the shelf. That's the big problem. The shops that have succeeded are the ones that are in a particular area, and they know what their customers want, and they've got the books for that area, for those customers, which is what I do here. But it's not an easy way to make money. Books, yeah, I think there'll still be, a few bookshops around. I'm quietly confident. Yeah, I think books will outlast me. I think. I hope.